everybody, this is Tanya. Today I'm coming to you with, I don't know if it's new or not. I haven't seen anybody do it, so I'm going to assume it's new. Or at least my version of it is, okay? I am going to make, as you probably see in the description, peach plum butter, okay? I went to see our produce guy today, and he had some leftover peaches and some plums. He asked me that I want them. So yeah. So like what to do. So I decided it wasn't a whole lot, but it's enough to get a few jars, I think, of some butter. And when I said butter, like apple butter, that's what I'm talking about. So this is what this is going to be. It's going to be peach and plum butter. Again, I have them already cut up in the crock pot. As you can see, I'm using 100% apple juice. Now, I'm following Homestead Heart's recipe. When I made the apple butter, using her recipe before, it was delicious. You guys are crooked. There you go. When I made the recipe made the apple butter using her recipe, it was delicious. So I'm going to use her recipe as far as the ingredients for the same thing. The only difference is, like I said, before I use apple cider, I don't have any apple cider, so I'll just be using 100% apple juice. And since I don't have that much, I'm just going to put a little bit in here, and I'm thinking maybe a quarter of a cup, and I'm just going to eyeball it like that. And we're just going to put the top on it and put it on low. Is that low? No, that's warm. That's low. Excuse my head. Put it on low. And we're just going to let this cook for the next 8 hours or so. Okay? And then once this gets cooked or breaks down, then I will bring you back and we'll add the spices to it. Okay? And again, I will link Homestead Heart's video in the description, showing where she made her apple butter, as well as our video showing where we made her apple butter 3 different ways. All right. So for me, it's going to be a few hours. For you, we'll see you in a little bit. All right. See you in the next clip. All right, everybody, I'm back, and it's been about 12, maybe 13 hours later. So I'm getting ready to open this. I have not looked at it, so we're going to see. And you see they're already starting to turn dark. And the peaches and plums, of course, make their own juice, as well as the apple juice in here. It smells so good. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. All right, so what we're going to do now is add the seasoning to it. And again, I'm using Homestead Heart's recipe for her seasoning. Man, it smells good. It smells kind of like a peach cobbler, in case you wondered. Back it up a little bit. How I came up with the idea of combining peaches and plums. My uncle, for Thanksgiving one year, and my uncle's deceased now, but for Thanksgiving one year, he was making a peach cobbler, and he ran out of peaches, so he decided to use plums. That was the best peach cobbler ever. So I'm figuring if it'll work in a cobbler, it should work in some butter as well. And using Homestead Heart's recipe, what I'm going to use is 2.5 cups of packed brown sugar. But she said you can use whatever kind of sugar you want, but the brown sugar she felt like gave it a better taste, which I agree. Brown sugar does make it taste better. I'm using a tablespoon of ground cinnamon, a teaspoon of ground ginger, and a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Now she said you can use clove if you like, ground clove if you like. I didn't use it before, so I'm not going to use it now. So I'm just going to leave that out. But here are all my ingredients pre-measured. And I guess I could mix them up together. It really don't matter. You're going to have to stir it all up together anyway. So it really doesn't matter. But for the sake of TV, I will stir it up a little bit anyway. Hopefully I won't make a mess. Ah, that's good enough. I'll just stir this in. Now to get the consistency that you would like, you could either use an immersion blender. I think that's how you pronounce it. But you know kind of talking about blend on the stick. You can use that, or, which is what I'm going to do, or you can actually use a regular blender. Now because the ingredients are hot, if you use a regular blender, don't fill it all the way to the top. Only partially fill it. You'll have to do it in batches, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and blend this up. I'm stirring this in here. I'm going to go ahead and blend this up. Then I will, and if you're going to use the emergent blender, again, I can't say it now. If you're going to use that, be careful because the longer you blend, the thinner it will become. So if you want to leave some chunks, you might want to, be aware of that when you're processing, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll bring you back after I get that done. And then we'll have to let this cook for another few more hours. Because then you want it to actually thicken up. All right? So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. That didn't take long at all. See, I have it nice and blended. There are a few little chunks in here, but we'll get those later. Like right here. But again, the longer you process this, the thinner this is going to get. Trust me, and you don't want that. You want this to stay kind of thick. Well, let me take that back. You might want yours thin. You might actually want yours thin. So you get it to the consistency that you want. Oh, and here's the box that the blender came in that we're using. Let me pick it up in case anybody was interested. We're using the KitchenAid blender. And we got that at Walmart, just so you know. But anyway, so this smells delicious, all I can tell you. I'm just mashing up some little pieces that I see that didn't get by the blender. But like I said, all you gotta do is just smush that along the side of the pot, else it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But this smells delicious. Smells delicious. And let me give it a taste for you. Oops. Ooh, yeah. That is some kind of good. That is good. All right. So, according to Homestead Heart, she let hers cook for 24 hours. So, like I said, it's already been 13. So, it's going to be the end of the day before I come back to this. And I have it, still have it on low. I'll let it cook for the rest of the day on low. And then I will come back and we'll be canning. All right. So, I'll see you at the end of the day when we're ready to can these jokers. And again, we'll be doing water bath canning in case you're interested. We'll be doing water bath canning. All right. So, we'll see you in the next clip. All right. Okay, everybody, it's been several hours since I was down here earlier to take a look at this. And as you can see, it's been just cooking along. It has gotten thicker. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it has gotten thicker. I'm just going to stir it up a little bit. And let it continue to cook. Because it may not need a full 24 hours, but I'm going to get as close to it as I can because I'm busy doing other stuff. And so if I can let this just fend for itself, all the better. But again, I'm just stirring it up some. But yep, it is definitely thicker. Definitely thicker. And I can tell by the rim of the pot, it's also reduced some as well, which I was expecting that. Okay? All right. So I will see you in the next clip. Hopefully the next time I come back to you, we'll be ready to start canning. All right, I'm back. This is the end of the day, and we're getting ready to process them. Process our peach plum butter. Hopefully you can see this. I think I showed it to you before. It's like it did thicken up, and it did reduce some more from the last time I showed you. I'm just going to stir it this one last time. Just to make sure everything's mixed well. I have my half pint jars in the canner heating up. Remember, if you're doing hot items, the jars need to be hot or at least warm anyway, because you don't want them to crack when you add hot stuff to them. Okay? So let me get my jars out. Put this on warm. We don't need to keep cooking. And my jars are washed, and like I said, they're heated up. Now, I don't sterilize my lids. If that's something you want to do, have at it. But it's not necessary anymore, and I know there are still people that do that, and that's fine. To each his own. And we're looking for a 1/4 inch head space. Set that there and give me another jar out so I have something to set it on. Oh, I know. Plan B. We're looking for a 1/4 inch head space. Now I do have my debubbler out. I really don't think it's necessary, but we want to show you the right way. So we're looking for a 1/4 inch. So when you put this on your jar, you're looking for it to be at that spot right there, the 1/4 inch spot. And I do need to add a little bit. So we get to a 1/4 inch. That's close enough. And again, I don't think this is necessary because it's liquid, but just in case there's some air bubbles, we're going to stir it around a little bit. And now, I use vinegar. You don't have to. You can use water, but that's how I learned using vinegar, so that's what I do. But again, it depends on what it is. And what we're doing is getting ready to wipe our rims to make sure that there's no residue on the rims. See, and there was. That can cause your jars not to seal. This is hot, by the way. This is hot. And again, I wash my lids, but I don't warm them like some people do. And it's a personal preference. You do what you feel is right for you. And then we'll put this on fingertip tight. And then we'll put it back in the jar. I mean in the canner. See? That's one down. And again, it's pretty close. I think that actually went over. And if you put too much in, just take it out. It's no biggie. Okay? Let's use this just to see. Yep, I'm right on the money. Yep, right there. And again, because I can see where I waste some, I'm using my vinegar. I just turn the towel over. The vinegar soaked through on the other side. Calm down. Hot, hot, hot. Okay. Now it's clean. And we're just going to put our lid on. Our ring. Fingertip tight. And into the canner. Another jar. Okay? So I'm not sure how many jars I'm going to get. Because remember, these were just some extra produce our farmer guy had, and he just gave them to me. So I decided to do this. But I will come back after I get them finished up, and we'll see how many I actually came up with. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, we're back. And it's finally finished. These actually processed for 10 minutes. Okay, but let me tell you what I did. I processed them for 10 minutes after the boil started. So they process time for 10 minutes. I turned the stove off, let them sit for 10 minutes with the lid still on. Then I raised them up out of the water and put the lid back on and let it sit covered again for another 10 minutes. Just trying to slowly bring the temperature down. So they've all already sealed. And process 9, okay? This one didn't make the cut. It didn't make the cut because I had a little less than a quarter of an inch. It was more like an inch is what I had left in head space. And so the for jams and jellies and preserves, it's a quarter of an inch. So we'll just go ahead and stick this in the refrigerator and we'll just eat this one. Okay? And so, like I said, they process for 10 minutes. I'm going to let these sit out here for the next 12 to 24 hours. Although they seal, we want to make sure they stay sealed. So in the next 12 to 24 hours, we will know. And then after that, we'll take the rings off, wash them, which they shouldn't be that dirty because I didn't see any siphoning in the water. So I'm thinking I'm good, but we like to wash them anyway, just on be on the safe side. Because you never know. You just never know. So wash those and then we'll put them away. And again, this is my version. Whose else version would it be? My version of peach plum butter. And like I said, I did taste it. I think I tasted when you guys, and it is good. It is good. Now, I think I will try this again. Like I said, this time I used brown sugar. I think the next time I might try white sugar to see if there's a difference in the taste. So like I said, this is good, but I'm just wondering if white sugar will make a difference in the taste. But anyway, next time I get some peaches, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I get some plums as well or not, but I know the next time I get some peaches or I get some plum, whatever. We just wing it. How about that? But anyway, thanks for watching. And don't forget to leave a legacy. All right? We'll see you in the next video. Bye.